Hi, it's your buddy Peace and Harmony with you here today. Zooming in on the topic of false promises as a hallmark and a cardinal trait of a narcissist personality in the relationship dynamics. The love bombing phase of a narcissist relationship basically begins when love is swooning around, the other is completely romanticized, you feel like you're engaging in ideal love. This person is the answer to your prayers, the answer to your dreams. They just seem like the knight in shining armor. In essence, really just perfect in every way. You're thinking about them constantly, 24/7. It just seems to be a perfect fit. And the narcissist might even use words like that. My hand fits perfectly on you. We're made for each other. We have the best relationship ever. We have the best sex ever. I want to take you to this and this relationship, or this and this restaurant, and foreplay in the restaurant. I mean, the narcissist will essentially love bomb their target, and these are people, we're using terms here. So a target, in other words, the person who they're zoning in on, the person who they're honing in on, the person who they're attempting to secure their supply. They'll look at them in a specific way. They'll use the narcissistic gaze, where it's highly seductive. And it causes people to really lose sense of time, who they are, where they are. They tend to, do things that they had never thought of. They surprise themselves with how either promiscuous they become with these people, how love engulfed they become with these people. Fantastic sex, okay, whatever, however good it is. The love bombing really, becomes a really kind of entry point into relationship with them. And the really important thing to understand is that here, they're becoming, engulfing. So it's really an out of balance in the beginning relationship. But a lot of people don't want to interpret it that way because it's so wonderful, it's so blissful, it's so joyful. Perhaps you're driving a lot of joy, fun, and pleasure out of it, which is okay. But it's, as they say, it's always okay until someone gets hurt. So, in terms of the false promises, the false promises will begin, at several stages of the relationship. Where it's, you're so much better than my ex. They'll start to be laying the foundation for how you're so much better. You're at the pinnacle point, basically, to them. And likewise, they'll reflect back to you, you're the answer to my prayers. So they will continue to groom you as supply, and have you perhaps change certain aspects of your life. You might start dressing differently for them, acting differently for them. You might lose a sense of your own personality for them. They might regress you, treat you like a little child even though you're an adult, and so you're in this very regressed stage with them. They might treat you very much like a man if you're being targeted by a female narcissist, where you feel like such a man. And they might tell you that, you're all the things that you need to hear. The narcissist is adept at reading people and telling people what they want to hear. So they're able to basically fill in the voids that you've been missing. That's how they essentially target people. They're able to basically see who's walking a little bit differently in the crowd, who has that little bit of vulnerability, who has that low self-esteem. How can I now artificially, groom them to be my supply? If it's a man targeting a female, I will get the door for her. I'll be wearing cologne. I'll be having my hair set just nicely. I'll offer to carry her books. I'll offer to carry her bags. I'll offer to, pick up the dinner. I will offer to pick up the lunch. I will offer to pick up her gas, things of that nature. And the narcissist might even, you know, pick up other bills for this people. And likewise, if it's a female narcissist, you know, making you feel like a man, you know, letting you, you know, have the upper hand in relationships, offer for you to fix things around her house. You know, all these are tactics that the narcissist will use to encourage this sort of love bombing, but then they're making essentially the false promises, where they start to develop the false promises where, you know, we're going to get this house together, or we're going to take this vacation together. They're building up the illusion, they're building up a certain grandiosity within you, which they have no objective to fulfill within you. And then they begin to essentially control you through fear, through guilt, through obligation, and through constantly thinking about them, so that you are essentially then, you know, playing into their web. You are playing into their story. You are playing into their manipulation tactics, where essentially then you don't realize it, but, you know, you're not being fulfilled in certain ways. They might tell you false promises. I'm going to reverse my vasectomy so we can have kids. We're going to move so now we can have pets. We're going to move from the city and move to the country. I mean, all these false promises that never get fulfilled. This is a cardinal tactic and manipulation and control schemata that the narcissist will use to keep their supply sources around. And if you've been victimized in this, just realize it was just a narcissistic ploy. It's nothing that you did wrong to deserve it or deserve not to have that fulfilled in you. Peace and harmony with you here today. I hope these videos help. Please share, please subscribe for more great tools, videos, discussions, and support.